Hashtag the Dojo Challenge. Marcus Chen pressed his forehead against the cool glass of the community center window, watching his 8-year-old daughter Emma practice her white belt forms inside. At 34, the former Marine looked older. 3 tours in Afghanistan and 2 years of single parenthood had etched lines around his eyes that didn't belong there yet. "Daddy, did you see my front kick?" Emma burst through the doors, her ponytail bouncing. "Perfect form, sweetheart." Marcus smiled, helping her with her gear bag. The dojo fees stretched his warehouse salary thin, but Emma's confidence had blossomed since starting karate 6 months ago. That made every overtime shift worth it. "Mr. Chen?" A crisp voice cut through the parking lot chatter. Marcus turned to find 2 identical men in expensive suits approaching, both around 40, both moving with the fluid grace of trained martial artists. The Hartwell twins, owners of Hartwell Industries, the largest employer in their small Colorado town. "I'm James Hartwell, this is my brother Jonathan," the one on the left said, extending his hand. "We've seen you dropping off your daughter. Word is you're former military." "Yes, sir. Marines. Is there something I can help you with?" The twins exchanged glances. Jonathan spoke next, his tone carrying an edge of challenge. "We hold 3rd-degree black belts in Shotokan. We come here twice a week to spar with Sensei Williams. We've been watching you move. You have a fighter's awareness. We wanted to invite you to join us." Marcus shifted uncomfortably. "I appreciate it, but I'm just here for my daughter." "1 round," James pressed. "We're always looking for worthy opponents. Consider it networking." His smile didn't reach his eyes. "We're expanding the warehouse division. Could be opportunities for someone impressive." The implication hung heavy. Marcus had applied for a supervisor position last month. More pay, better hours, a real chance to give Emma the stability she deserved. He'd heard the Hartwell twins personally approved all promotions. "I haven't formally trained," Marcus said carefully. "Even better." Jonathan's grin widened. "Tomorrow, 7 p.m. We'll see what the Marines taught you." That night, Emma noticed her father's distant expression over mac and cheese. "What's wrong, Daddy?" "Nothing, Princess. Just thinking about work." But it wasn't nothing. Marcus knew exactly what tomorrow was. A test, maybe a humiliation. Rich men who collected black belts like trophies, wanting to prove something against a warehouse worker veteran. He'd seen their type before. The next evening, Marcus arrived at the dojo to find a small crowd gathered. Sensei Williams, a weathered Japanese man in his 60s, approached with concern in his eyes. "Marcus-san, you don't have to do this. The Hartwells, they fight to win, not to learn." "It's fine, Sensei. I faced worse." The twins emerged from the changing room in crisp GI uniforms, their black belts perfectly tied. They stretched with practiced precision, their movements synchronized from years of training together. Marcus stood in his worn Marines PT shirt and sweatpants, feeling every eye on him. "Traditional rules," James announced. 3-minute rounds. First to score 3 clean points wins. Jonathan stepped onto the mat first, bowing formally. Marcus returned the bow. The match began with Jonathan circling, testing Marcus with quick jabs. The veteran didn't move like a trained karateka. His stance was lower, weight distributed differently. When Jonathan threw a picture-perfect roundhouse kick, Marcus didn't block in any traditional way. He simply wasn't there, having shifted his weight at the last instant. "Lucky," Jonathan muttered, but it kept happening. Every technique Jonathan launched, refined through years of dojo training, found empty air. Marcus moved with an economy that bypassed form for function, his body remembering years of combatives training where pretty techniques got you killed. When Jonathan overcommitted on a reverse punch, Marcus finally countered. It wasn't elegant, a simple sweep that took Jonathan's legs out, followed by controlled pressure that would have been a disabling joint lock in a real fight. Marcus stopped inches short, helping Jonathan up instead. "Point," Sensei Williams called quietly. James stepped in, his face flushed. "My turn." James fought smarter, more cautiously, but the result was the same. Marcus's movements came from a different world, one where fighting meant survival, not sport. He absorbed James's best combinations, reading intent rather than technique, responding with minimalist efficiency that frustrated the businessman's elaborate strategies. By the third point, both twins were breathing hard while Marcus remained calm, controlled. The small crowd had gone silent. "Enough," James said sharply, not bowing as he stepped off the mat. "Jonathan, let's go." Marcus bowed anyway, toward the empty space where James had stood. As the twins headed for the exit, Sensei Williams's voice cut through the tension. "Hartwell-san." A moment, the elderly sensei approached the twins with his hands folded. "You asked to spar with a veteran to test him, yes? To see if he was worthy of your time, your company?" James's jaw tightened. "That's our business." "No, you made it this dojo's business." Sensei Williams's tone remained gentle but carried unmistakable authority. "You have collected techniques like stamps in a book. But Marcus-san has something you have never earned. He understands what martial arts truly means. Not the art of fighting, but the art of protecting what matters while respecting even those who challenge you." He turned to Marcus. "You stopped short every time. You could have injured them, embarrassed them further. You chose restraint. They're my daughter's instructor's colleagues," Marcus said simply. "And fighting's not the hard part. Knowing when not to, that's what the Corps really taught me." Emma had appeared in the doorway, having finished her own class. She ran to her father, and Marcus lifted her easily. The Hartwells stood frozen, their faces unreadable. Jonathan spoke first, his voice quieter. We were wrong about why we asked you here." "We wanted to prove something," James admitted, the arrogance finally cracking. "We built a company, earned our belts, thought that made us—" He stopped. "It was a test, but we were testing the wrong thing." Sensei Williams nodded slowly. "Perhaps you are beginning to learn after all." Marcus shifted Emma in his arms. "Gentlemen, I appreciate the match. If you'll excuse us—" "Wait," James said. "That supervisor position, it's yours if you want it. Not because of tonight, but because anyone who can stay that calm under pressure while working double shifts and raising a daughter alone, that's the kind of person we need leading our teams. We've been running the company like we fight," Jonathan added. "All technique, no wisdom. Maybe that needs to change." Marcus studied them, two men who'd had everything handed to them, finally glimpsing what they'd been missing. "I'll think about the position. Thank you." As Marcus and Emma walked to their car, she tugged his shirt. "Daddy, did you win?" Marcus thought about the twins' humiliation, the crowd's shocked whispers, the job offer that came from putting powerful men in their place. "Nobody won tonight, Emma. But maybe some people learned something." "That's better. What did you learn?" Marcus smiled, buckling her seatbelt. "That your front kick really is getting better. And that's the only victory that matters to me." Behind them, through the dojo window, Sensei Williams was speaking earnestly with the Hartwell twins. Their suits looked less sharp somehow, their posture less certain. They were bowing, really bowing, as students rather than collectors of rank. Sometimes the strongest move isn't the one that drops your opponent. Sometimes it's the one that lifts everyone up. Afterward,